It all begins with a seed. Someone stumbles upon the seed. Intrigued, the person begins to question, what can I do with the seed? Should I plant it? Should I let it be? The person asks these questions, for the person is unfamiliar with this type of seed. Upon asking such questions, however, the person receives the answer of, it should be a flower. The person understands what a flower should be, but does not want to grow a flower. The person wants to create something that does not resemble a flower, but retains all its beauty, all the hard work, and all the care that goes into growing a flower. So the person creates. The person creates something beautiful, something that is able to nurture the person's body, something crafted out of their own hands, their own work, their own creativity and mindset. Upon its creation, the person leaves behind their mark of creation, mark of innovation, and most importantly, their mark of existence. It begins with one mark of existence. It leads to more seeds, more encouragement for them to stop thinking of being flowers and only flowers, but taking inspiration from the creation of the first and begin to create their own creations, unique, special, and intricate, that nurture the body, minds, souls, and create connections and community, all of which leave their mark alongside the initial. So we too know that they existed once and exist still. And so Argyle Street was created and exists today thanks to these seeds, thanks to these creations. But something changed. Another person living on the outside sees what the seeds have become. The person likes the creations, so decides to produce his own version of the same creations. They take the ideas that they like, change it to fit their perspective, showcase them. The ideas are showcased as being better, more modern, especially their own original creation. Many do enjoy the creations and begin pushing in. They forget, intentionally or not, that these creations have left a mark, a foundation of work, determination, and bodies that stood and continue to stand with these seeds. Without the foundation, we wouldn't have community. We would have only had individual flowers.
I guess on a technicality or demographic would be young professionals with like that's like interested in like the creative aspects. But at the end of the day, like our core mission, I guess, is like we're still a coffee shop and we still want to serve people coffee regardless of who you are, you know.
This is First Sip Cafe. Here, seeds of hope, open mindfulness, and creativity are being transformed and created into something extraordinary. In every nook, every cranny, you find traces of the past that inform the future and do not try to erase the past. In the air, you see the complexity as all three, past, present, and future, overlap but never overrule one another. They respect the marks of existence that were left before them. The end result is never certain, only beautifully complex. I am most impressed by sincerity and depth, which are not measured necessarily by technique, production values, that is, quantitative measurements, but rather by qualitative efforts and results, the soulfulness and emotional and intellectual profundity of a good story, a down-to-earth fullness about life, ideas, and human experiences. Fred Ho.